and welcome back to another Midnight Magic Musings. I am your not so humble guest, the Earl of Florida. Unfortunately, I am flying solo tonight, so let us have a moment for Lord Cephas. No. He's not dead, he's just not in the state. He has abandoned us for the night. Well, I guess it would be technically he has abandoned y'all, because now you're subjected to a night of me. So buckle in, get ready, and we're going to go through some crazy, mad, inspired news. First up is the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Las Vegas struck again. It has been vandalized and left unmoving. Yes, it was party to a hit and run where they didn't hit the vehicle. They instead decided to steal the catalytic converter from the vehicle. Fortunately, they were able to get it up and running again, and no condiments were stolen. So that's a plus. Thank you, Las Vegas. You're always classy. Next up, we're going to transition right over to the main focus of our show tonight, which is the news coming out of the film industry. And where else should we start with but Winnie the Pooh? You heard it. Winnie the Pooh is now in public domain. And what that means is people are allowed to use it freely. Now, we're not talking about Winnie the Pooh, the Disney version. We're talking about the original, which still bears striking resemblances to the Disney variant. But Winnie the Pooh has entered the public domain, and they have decided, in their infinite wisdom, to make a movie off of it. But not just any movie. No, they have made a horror movie. So Winnie the Pooh and Piglet 2 is now part of the slasher pantheon of films. I can't say that I'm necessarily looking forward to watching this, and I'm torn here. Something about Winnie the Pooh and Piglet going around murdering people. It seems a little blasphemous, but on the other hand, it could be a lot of fun. I don't know. It is released on video on demand and in select theaters. I think it was yesterday. So you can find it streaming, rent it, watch it. Let us know how you like it. But there is already a sequel in the works. Yes, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the title of the first film, already has a sequel going to be in the works. But first, before we do that, they were looking at taking some other characters that are now in public domain and playing around with them in the horror genre. First up would be Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. I'm not sure, but wasn't Peter Pan already in Nightmare? No? Just me? Okay. The second one is Bambi the Reckoning. You heard it right. Bambi the Reckoning. And a few years ago, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, was on Saturday Night Live, and he did his own little skit of Bambi live action film, and it was hilarious. If you haven't seen it, you have to check it out. Look it up on YouTube. Look up The Rock or Dwayne Johnson Bambi SNL skit. It's just bad, but it's still funny. Interesting enough, you have a Vin Diesel lookalike playing Hopper. I think that's his name, the rabbit. And in it, the actor's like, family. And he's like, I don't understand you. But either way, so yes, Peter Pan and the Bambi will be joining Winnie the Pooh and Piglet in a horror pantheon that, I'm not sure we were asking for, but I think we might need it. Moving on to the next, talking about sequels, I Am Legend sequel is officially greenlit. Michael B. Jordan will be coming into the sequel of I Am Legend, and interestingly enough, Will Smith is reprising his role as Neville in the sequel. Now, for those of us who are going, didn't he die? Oh, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. But yeah, for those of us asking, did he die? Well, the answer is yes and no. See, there was an alternate ending where instead of choosing to stay there and become a crispy fried corpse with the monsters with him, he escaped. So apparently, the movie that the sequel is going to be following that, where Will Smith didn't actually die; he escaped, and so it's a few decades in the future. And I think I'm Legend came out in '07, so technically pretty close to 2 decades now. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the first one, but I'm curious to see how what they do with this next one. Moving on, and here's one that's going to be near and dear to Lord Cephas's heart. The newest reports from the Paramount Network says that nothing has been decided yet. In fact, Kevin Costner is not out. According to the rumors, he is out. But no, Paramount has said he is not out. We are still discussing things. We're working on things. But if he does, in fact, go and we continue on in a new show, that several of the show's big stars will returning to reprise their roles in this sequel, spin-off, continuation series. And yes, they're still in talks with Matthew McConaughey, Mr. Bongo Drums the Nude in the back of his Lincoln. Maybe that's just me. But the question is does saying that Kevin Costner is out and letting this all be pretty public, the issues that's going on behind the scenes, does that hurt the series any? If Kevin Costner does continue, does it detract from the fans? Do people stop watching it? Is it going to make people less excited about the IP? Now, will it also affect any of the viewings of any of the other parallels of the road to Yellowstone? I don't know. If Lord Cephas was here, I'd be like, Lord Cephas, what are you thinking? He'd be like, maybe. Yes, that was a horrible Lord Cephas impression. But guess what? You're stuck with me today. So, yeah, it's interesting to see where it goes. But one thing is for sure, we have been told that the Dutton story is far from over and will continue, whether in the Yellowstone or in a spin-off rejuvenation alternative series. And now, continuing on, we have Millennium Media has another Hellboy movie. Hell what? Hellboy. Yes, you heard me correctly. Now, we've had 3 previous Hellboy movies. The first one was starring Ron Perlman as Hellboy, and he got a sequel. Now, I watched those back in the day, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. I thought they were a lot of fun, tongue-in-cheek. It was a fun movie, and fans agreed, so they made the second one. But they never got to make the end of the trilogy. Now, in 2019, we did get a reboot to Hellboy starring David Harbour, of Stranger Things and Black Widow fame. Now, that did not do so well. I think it was a $50 million budget, and they managed about a $55 million profit in theaters. So that doesn't translate very well to the company who wants to make a sequel or not. However, we do know that a script is written and there is a director attached with this new Hellboy movie, and it is supposed to start filming this April in Bulgaria. Now, also from the same Millennium Media, there is the Red Sonja reboot. Yes, that is still a thing, apparently. 20 years to make it. But rewrites, directors, rehashes, whatever, recasting. But Red Sonja reboot is supposedly also coming into production in April, around the same time as Hellboy, and also in the same area. So I'm wondering, maybe they're trying to save production costs by doing both films in the same area, possibly looking at trying to cut as much of the budget as possible to rake in profit. Now, if it works, it's a great idea. If it doesn't work, you've got 2, Hellboy and Red Sonja these are reboots that if they land flat, it's not good. But you know what? I am a fan of Red Sonja and Conan back in the day, So I shall reserve judgment until I see movie trailers. And I'll probably still check out Hellboy. For you guys, my kids couldn't watch them, but I would watch this for you. I would take the hit. I'm a paragon of virtue, but I will watch it for you. Star Wars Celebration in April, I believe in London, will announce future projects of the Star Wars universe. Now, rumors have it that there are several theatrical films in the works and that they want to bring Star Wars back into movie theaters. I think this is a wonderful idea. Why, you may ask? Why, of course, I have an answer. I'm Daryl of Florida. I have opinions on everything. Some of them right, some of them wrong, some of them disturbing. But not on this one. I believe that Star Wars should be seen on the big screen. Lightsabers, fantastic starship battles. It's a story that should be told on the large screen, not on your little phone or your tablet or your home TV. These are epic tales, and I think getting back to the origins of where Star Wars was fun and fantastical, I think that's going to be a great idea. What do you think of Lord Cephas? Oh wait, no, he has abandoned me, or abandoned you. So now there are rumors that there is a theatrical film of Star Wars that could come into production as early as April or May of this year. If that's true, then I fully expect to hear about that in April in the Star Wars Celebration. But it's somewhat worrisome if they're rushing things. We don't want to do that. We want to take our time and make sure we get it right, because if you misfire in the theaters now, I think it hurts Star Wars a lot. But it's Star Wars. Give me Star Wars. Now, we're going to go through a Gatling gun rundown of films in production, whether they're pre-production or production or post-production. These are some of the films that are coming out there. We have We're the Millers 2. That's a sequel, in case you didn't know. The 2 gave it away for me. Apparently it's a comedy, and it's coming out this year. Minecraft is another film that's in post-production, supposed to be coming out this year. Now, I am not a fan of Minecraft. My kids will love it, so they will inevitably drag me to the theaters to see Minecraft. I have played Minecraft. I've done, with the kids, I've played Gimli the Dwarf, where I just mine down and potentially mine down too far, because I usually fall into lava, which is very disconcerting to be set on fire, and you see the flames on the screen and the which I take to be your heartbeat, and then it stops. That's happened to me a few times, and then I lose all the items I had. It's very frustrating. But, the kids love it because I mine, I give them all these different things. They're like, yay, and I'm just like, why? Now, Wonka. It's a new movie, going to be a prequel, I take it, of the Willy Wonka series, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, if you will. And from what I've heard, it stars Timothée Chalamet as the title character. And my question is, will this work or won't it? Yes, that was a horrible joke. And I could just feel in the force Lord Cephas just shaking his head and going, I'm never leaving you alone again. You've got Fast X coming out, and that's one of the ending chapters for the Fast and Furious franchise. So you have all these characters that are continuing, coming back, but you have Brie Larson, who is playing a villain, or villainess, I guess, technically, and the main villain, from what I can gather from the trailer, will be Jason Momoa. And I love Jason Momoa. I'll watch just about anything he's in. He's great, hilarious, and everything. So I'll be checking it out. But you also have returning people like Michelle Rodriguez, Vin Diesel, obviously. It's his baby. But you'll also have John Cena and Ludacris and several others. So my only question is, are anybody actually going to die? Well, I mean, and stay dead? I have no faith. Oh, Jason Statham and Helen Mirren is also going to be in it, according to the trailers. Next will be Mario and Luigi, coming to the big screens. My children are big fans of Super Mario Brothers, so they will definitely be making me go see this with them. And you know, I love Chris Pratt, so Chris Pratt's great. Uh, I'll go see it with them. But they're very, very. They want to see it right now. They're like, we want to watch it. I'm like, it's not even out in theaters yet. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, there is another Super Mario Brothers I could have them watch, but Dennis Hopper's just great. I don't think my kids would forgive me for that though. Next would be Scream 6, and it looks entertaining. It looks like they're deviating from the formula they followed for 5 movies of 1 or 2 villains that are somehow tied to the town or the original people or the new people. It's just, it's gotten quite tedious and boring to me watching the Scream movies. So this one, the trailer looks like they may be taking a different direction. So I am intrigued. Now, having said that, they could be completely lying to us and hoodwinking us, and it's the same formula that's going to make me cry. But I'm going to have faith in the trailer. Trailers never lie. Or do they? Next will be 65. No, that's not my cue. No, that's not my age, even though I am sporting the white hair on the sides. No, 65 is the name of the movie. If you like science fiction, guns that go boom, dinosaurs, then this might be up your alley. I have to admit, Jurassic Park is still proving that people love dinosaurs, and I might not be able to disagree with them. So I'm looking forward to this. Even if it's just a popcorn flick, it looks like fun. Shazam 2, which is going to be, I guess, considered Elseworlds, even though it technically takes place before, so maybe it would be prequel world of The Flash before the Godfather Gun universe. So, not much is being said about this too much. Hopefully it'll be a fun film, but there's not going to be any real ramifications of the movie, in my opinion, because it's going to be wiped from existence from the Flash movie. Who is next on the list? The Flash came out with a new trailer during the Super Bowl, and I have to say I love Michael Keaton. Give me more Michael Keaton. And then they took it away. So, yes, I will watch this movie, but I will be crying in my heart because of the promise of Michael Keaton and then take it away. Continuing on, we have Disney hitting us with The Little Mermaid. Should be dropping this year. You know what? How do you screw up Little Mermaid? Hopefully the answer is you can't. Because I know I have an 8-year-old daughter who will absolutely love The Little Mermaid. And, the music soundtrack, if they continue with the OG soundtrack, that it'll be fun. My kid will love it, and I won't cry too much. Although it does make me wonder, how close is Little Mermaid coming to become public domain? Will it be joining the horror verse of public domain characters? Could be interesting. But next we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And so if you have not seen the original Spider-Man, you're missing it. It's fun, it's lighthearted, there's a story to it, pulls at the heartstrings. A great soundtrack too. It sticks in your head for days and days until you want to cry and scream and run into the wall to get it out of your head. But it never goes away. Unless you let it go, let it go. Oh no, Lord, that's stuck in my head now. But I'm looking forward to this because the first one is very good, and I hope that they continue the tradition and make it a very good film. And I have faith in them. Obviously, you also have Mission Impossible 1 and, well, not 1 and 2, Part 1, Part 2, whatever they're going to call it, which will be the ending chapters of the Mission Impossible series with Tom Cruise. I'm looking forward to this because I want to know what he jumps off of next. If he sets himself on fire while swimming through the water, he gets eaten by a shark and manages to survive. What happens with Tom Cruise? It's madness. And the fact that he does his own stunts and sometimes hurts himself makes me go, I like him a little bit more. Why? Am I a glutton for pain? No, it's just he's crazy and entertaining at the same time. So it's up my alley. Um, After that, you have a franchise that is near and dear to my heart as well, and it is Dune, Part 2, coming at the end of this year. Now, if you're not familiar with Dune, you need to pick up Frank Herbert's Dune. The first book was absolutely amazing. I fell in love with it when I read it the first time. I was a big fan of the 1984 version. I think if that's not the right year, please don't kill me. I like living. Um, I mean, you got Patrick Stewart as Gurney. Was he Gurney? I'm pretty sure he was Gurney. I hope he was Gurney. But then you also have Sting in a metal thong piece that I'm not sure that I don't ever need to see. But, Sting fans out there may enjoy it, and you know what? Good for you. But I was a fan of that, but I was also a bigger fan. I think it was around 2000 when the Sci-Fi Channel came out with Dune, a miniseries, and then they also came out with Children of Dune after that. But a very good series. I loved it. Alec Newman, I thought was great as Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, and it was a lot of fun. So when Dune came out, I was excited, and then the cast, and I was like, "This is an amazing cast. This is going to be great." You know what? The first one was a build-up of stories, storylines, characters. So the second one should jump right into the action. We should have, I mean, it should be a huge payoff for the build-up that we got the first one. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Excited, and I'm the only one in my house that likes Dune. It makes me sad. It makes me want to sacrifice him to, the worms, because the sweat must flow. Anywho, you also have Expendables 4 in post-production. Hopefully it'll come out before any of the cast passes away. I'm sorry, that was a morbid joke, but it's kind of true. The first three were fun, ridiculous, popcorn flicks, so I'm hopeful that this one is similar. Then obviously we have Creed 3 coming out, I think it's the middle of next month. Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. Looks like a lot of fun, so I'm definitely excited for that. Beverly Hills Cop 4, Axel Foley, Eddie Murphy returns. That's in post-production. And I love these movies growing up. Eddie Murphy is just hilarious. And so a little bit of nostalgia factor coming in here, but I'm willing to give them my money for that nostalgia factor. Give it to me. Speaking of nostalgia factor, we continue back into a time long ago with Masters of the Universe. Yes, that is He-Man. No, I'm not looking forward to this. Why? Because you cannot replace Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. You can't do it. He's He-Man. But I'll probably watch this anyway because it is Masters of the Universe, but I want Dolph Lundgren. You should have cast him as Prince Adam's father. I can't remember the king's name. But that would have been hilarious. But moving on, another one in the pipeline is Sherlock Holmes 3 with potentially returning Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law as Mr. Watson. So they great dynamic. The first two were great. They were fun. Guy Ritchie did a great job. I don't believe he's coming back for this one. But you know what? In RDJ we trust, right? Triple X 4. No, it's not a battery or a contraceptive or a film that we're not allowed to watch and talk about on the show. It is, in fact, the fourth movie in the Triple X series. Oh, you didn't know there were three others? This is the fourth in the Triple X series, starring Vin Diesel. And so, yeah, there's that. Moving on. Deadpool 3 starts filming, I think, in about 4 months. And Hugh Jackman, if you've seen pictures of him and Ryan Reynolds going back and forth, he is huge Jackman. Yes, I made that joke, Lord Cephas. And you can't stop it, and you can't delete it, and you can't edit it. It's there to stay. It's out there for MMM family. I've always loved Hugh Jackman as in the role of Logan, and I think he's done a wonderful job. Ryan Reynolds was hilarious, and also as dedicated to his craft, and the character. So I don't anticipate any hijinks. Shenanigans, yes. Production hijinks, no. But I'm definitely looking forward to those. Now we're going to go with a few announced movies that are like not in pre-production, but scripts are being written, casts are being searched up, directors being found. One of which is Furia, which it's another Vin Diesel franchise. If you've liked Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick and and the movie Riddick, then this looks like it'll be similar to those. So they were fun. They were science fiction. I enjoyed them. They also had a little bit of horror-esque feels thrown into it. So you know what? I'm interested enough to I'll check it out. Obviously, upcoming, and there's no way you're going to stop them from coming. Avatar 4 and 5 are in the works. Obviously, they're not going anywhere. James Cameron is the man. He's proven it, and they're coming whether you're prepared or not. So prepare your body and mind. After that is Need for Speed 2. I wasn't aware I had any Need for Speed 1. I did not see the first one, so I can't give a testament to how much I needed the second one. But maybe I'll check out the first one, and then I'll know if I still have a Need for Speed 2. TOO. Yeah, that was sad. There are rumors of a Shrek reboot. Why? Why do we need a Shrek reboot? Specifically, if they end up trying to go the live action route, that will be terrifying. I will be terrified. I'll probably still watch it, but I'll be terrified while I'm watching it. You probably get Mike Myers to do the live action version too. Wanted to. There have been some whispers about it, but it's not happening. I wish it did. I love James McAvoy. He's a great actor. And but I don't see it ever really coming to fruition. But there are whispers of a Wanted to film attempting to pull together. Just like another Star Trek film. We'll get one eventually. Eventually. And then there's Highlander. Henry Cavill has lost the role to potentially a Hemsworth brother. No, it's not Liam Hemsworth. That's a different franchise altogether. That's Geralt of Rivia as The Witcher. No, it's not Luke Hemsworth. It is, in fact, potentially the God of Thunder, Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth. Now, it hasn't been fully confirmed yet, but he's being courted, and we'll see how it goes. So that's about it for the announced movies that we're going to touch on, because we're going to try to keep rolling through. Now, we are at Marvel. Kevin Feige has given us a lot of updates over the last several days to almost a week. And one of the first ones we're going to talk about is the Marvels. Yes, you heard me right. The Marvels. Multiple Marvel. So we've got Captain Marvel, we've got Miss Marvel, we've got Agent Marvel, maybe? So we've got Rambo and Kamala Khan, and we've got Rambo Trudeau. And, excuse me, we also have Brie Larson coming back as Carol Danvers. Now, initially, I'm all for this because maybe Carol Danvers dies. A horrible death. On fire. Or something. I don't know. But, even more intriguing, perhaps they introduce Rogue, who, absorbs some of her powers. But Kevin Feige has kind of deterred those in the fact that he's talking about, he considers it a little bit more like the 2012 The Avenger movie, where they unite together and they kick butt. And he's talking about how it's exciting to see the three Marvels on the screen simultaneously, and that it'll be fun to see how they go play off of each other and potentially moving on. Which implies to me that there might not be a death for Marvel if they're moving on. Now, having said that, it could potentially be a lot of fun. I know one of the strongest points for Brie Larson's Carol Danvers is playing off other people, both in the first Captain Marvel that was nostalgia-filled with Blockbuster. I love Blockbuster. RIP. And also with Spider-Man and Endgame and whatnot. So, it could be a lot of fun. It'll be interesting to see. He's kind of changed my opinion of what I want the Marvels to be now. So now I'm kind of rooting for him. It would be an interesting Trinity of women named Marvel. So, you know what? Yeah, he changed my mind. Another one that Kevin Feige was talking about is the future of Moon Knight. Now, I'm a fan of Oscar Isaacs, and I watched the hippo from Backyardigans uh, all grown up. And so we know that season two has not been confirmed, nor has it been dispelled completely. But Kevin Feige did say that Moon Knight might pop up in other projects. So does that mean a big screen movie? Does that mean another Disney Plus series? We don't know, but we were definitely going to check it out and wait and see. And maybe the hippo from Backyardigans gets to unite with other Backyardigans all grown up. Who knows? More news is that Blade is back with a new director, script, and reported to be shooting in only 10 weeks, which is a little more than 2 months away. Now that is terrifying if you're a fan of Blade, because it's been in some multiversal hell of production, trying to get it ready to go with people coming and falling off and rewrites, and it talks about there's only 10 minutes of fighting the entire movie, and but I love Ali. I won't try to butcher his first name. I'll just call him Ma Ali. But maybe they'll have Kit Harington come in with as the Black Knight. It's just I want it to be good. I really want this project to be good, but I'm worried that it just seems like it suddenly came all together, which could either be a very, very good thing or a very, very bad thing. And I don't know which it is. So, unfortunately, or fortunately, we don't have too long to wait to start getting info from when they start filming. Also beginning shooting very soon is Captain America 4 with Anthony Mackie and Harrison Ford. I think it'll be an interesting dynamic seeing the new Captain America with the President of the United States, Thaddeus Ross, played by Harrison Ford. It'll be an interesting dynamic, and I'm really looking forward to Harrison Ford because I'm a big fan of his. And if you're going to get somebody to fill William Hurt's shoes, rest in peace. You can't go wrong with going with Harrison Ford, Mr. Indiana Jones, Han Solo himself. So I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, there's not a lot of information out there yet, but there are rumors of two cameo appearances. One could conceivably come about by Sebastian Stan dropping in as Bucky Barnes. Will it happen? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if it necessarily needs to happen. The second cameo is Chris Evans as the former Captain America. Now, that could be anything from old prune man Steve Rogers, wrinkly old, potentially having a cameo or dying because he's old. Or it could be a flashback scene with, obviously primed Steve Rogers. Or, maybe it could be a villain taking on the facade of Steve Rogers, whether through illusions or some form of shape-shifting ability or technology. But those are just rumors. I wouldn't put a lot of weight to them, not a lot of salt, maybe a pinch of pepper, and somebody will sneeze and we'll know the truth. Now, continuing with the rumors of Chris Evans' return, we're talking about a possible another show. It's called The Nomad. And the rumor is that Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. are going to come back for this series potentially on Disney Plus, a limited series. Now, instead of following the comic book arc where he turns his back on the government and what they're trying to make him do, and chooses to follow his own moral code, and so he becomes the Nomad versus Captain America. And this one, the Nomad would be focused primarily on him returning the Infinity Stones in the past. So the story could have a nice little twist and fun aspect without affecting anything in the current timeline. And with time travel and shenanigans, there's any number of ways you can bring back Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. Now, do I think it's going to happen? I wish it would, but I doubt it. But one way I can see it actually potentially being pulled off and pulling back in both Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. is instead of doing live action, what if they did like a limited series, full on animation, and they were to lend their voices? That would be a lot of fun as well. And you know what? I'd watch it. But again, salt and a pinch of pepper, and wait and see what shakes out. It would be a lot of fun. Now, rewinding back to the Captain America 4 rumor with Sebastian Stan, Kevin Feige was talking about the role that Bucky Barnes will be playing in the Thunderbolts will, in fact, be the leader of the group. Now, we know the roster that's coming in, and the majority of them are either super soldiers or super soldiers. It'll be interesting to see what they are. Maybe there'll be some kind of Black Ops strike team, or a covert unit, or something along those lines. I'm curious to see how it plays out. Look forward to the return of several of them, and it'll be interesting to see how Harrison Ford's, President Ross, works with this team of, I wouldn't call them heroes, but they're not really vigilantes. They're somewhere in between that. Maybe it's a new classification we can come up with. Non-heroes. I know that doesn't work. But either way, I'm looking forward to it. But there are the rumors, and again, these are unsubstantiated, but they're floating out there, and there are people saying, "Oh, these are accurate. We have the scoop on it." Is that Sebastian Stan will be back for his own Disney Plus limited series TV series. Now, again, take it with a grain of salt and a pinch of pepper. I would love it personally because I mark out for Sebastian Stan. And I think he probably pulled it off solo without any kind of cameos. But, again, you're talking way in the future. Thunderbolts has to come out they got to film Thunderbolts, then it comes out, then you have to talk about it afterwards. So it's so far in the future, I don't think we can really guess to it. But it would be a lot of fun, and I would definitely enjoy it. Now, switching gears and almost wrapping up the show, we're going to go to DC, where we're going to talk about James Gunn was asked about this question. The Brave and the Bold, there have been a lot of rumors and rumor mill and fans saying that, with Brave and the Bold, with the older Batman Bruce Wayne, that they could potentially pull in one of the former Batman actors. And I was like, well, it can't be George Clooney because it's Batman and his son, not Batman and his grandson. So that's fired. Sorry, Clooney, Mr. Bat Nipples himself. But no. Then a lot of people are actually hoping for Christian Bale to return to playing a version of Batman. It certainly wouldn't be the same Batman that he played. But it would be kind of interesting. But alas, no. When put on the spot, James Gunn said, new actor. So, all you Bat fanatics of former Batman, you're going to have to lay your hopes and dreams down and get prepared for a new actor to step into the roles in Batman the Brave and the Bold. And continuing with Bat news, we have the Penguin series with Colin Farrell will be coming out and getting rolling. Now, before, in earlier conversations, when asked if Robert Pattinson will be reprising his role as Batman as a cameo or as any form of appearance in the Penguin, the answer is always no, almost most definitely not. But now it's gotten to the point where it might happen. So I think, with Batman, the Batman Part 2 coming out in 2025, I think it's October 2025, I think, why not? If the Penguin is going to be a force in the second Batman film, why not have Batman pop in and out a little bit during the journey of Oswald Cobblepot to becoming the true Penguin that we know and love and hate in the comics and cartoons? So it would be a missed opportunity if you didn't throw Robert Pattinson in there as a Batman at least once, if not a few little times. It'd be interesting. And I think it would be some good cross-pollination there. Now, the final thing we're going to talk about is Warner Brothers is going forward with a long-awaited and fan-favorite film from, 18 years ago maybe? 05-ish? I'm probably wrong. Maybe. I think it's 2005. But Constantine, with Keanu Reeves. Now, he's loved the character and wanted to return to it for years and years and years and years. And it looks like not just him, but the fans finally get what they were asking for all this time. Is that he will be returning as John Constantine in a Constantine sequel. And that wraps up the news that we have to give you, or I have to give you, on behalf of the missing Lord Cephas. And myself as Earl of Florida, I want to thank you for coming and checking us up and staying here and watching and listening to the wacky ridiculousness that is me. And you know what? If you have any comments, throw them down there. Let us know if you agree, if you disagree, if you have any hopes and desires for any of these projects, or if you're done with the characters and you don't want to see them anymore. Let us know. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We'll give you free hugs, virtual hugs. I'm giving you one right now, so hit the subscribe button. And also, don't forget, this Saturday night, Elimination Chamber, WWE, pay-per-view, Peacock, be there, because afterwards, myself, the Earl of Florida, will be giving, in Combat 1, a little rundown of what happened, and I will have a co-host there that is not Lord Cephas. Tomorrow you can check out the drop of the promo of who will be with me for the review of Elimination Chamber. But remember, check it out Saturday night, and late Saturday night, Sunday morning, Combat 1 will drop with our review of Elimination Chamber. Do not worry, Lord Cephas shall return. Probably. Most likely. Potentially. It could be. Plan on it. That he will return within a few days, where I'm sure he will give us a short or two and give us an update on how things are going in the world that we love and live in. And if not, we will see you next Thursday night, Midnight Magic Musings, same YouTube channel, because we only have the one. We don't have like multiples. This is the one you go to. So come check us out. We love you. We appreciate you. Comment, like, subscribe, and we will catch you later. Take it easy, guys.